Yep. Let's get this thing going. Here we are. Sunday night, March the 27th. And we are live, Islanders. I hope that you had a great week and an even better weekend. Hope the weather is good where you're at. It's warming up here in Arkansas. We figured that out when we got back. We spent outside all day today doing things around the yard. Let me first tell you hello. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So many of you were online before we started. I can see the numbers as I'm doing my prep work, and here we are. So many of you joined ahead of time. I appreciate that so much. If you haven't yet, please give us a like. Give the video a like so that others can find it and join in. Please, everyone, say hello and where you're from tonight as we get started. I see a lot of familiar faces here. If we have new faces, there's a lot of new faces in our community this last week, then be sure to tell us, hey, this is the first time that I've been here. This is the first show. This is my first live. That way, I especially can say a special hello to you and formally, but not too formally, welcome you to the islands. How about this? Amanda is on. Good. Amanda hopefully will be here. She's trying to get the youngest to sleep. He took a late nap, though, so we're going to see. They're still wore out. Kiddos are still wore out from the week. We have all kinds of things to talk about. But let's say hello. Yes. Hey, this shirt, guys, is unreal. Lito Tito hooked me up. Look at this. Look at this. I think I showed it one day on my video, but the Island Time logo, my name is on the shirt as well. Look at that. Carnival funnel. It's on there. I love it. You can't beat it. And then, of course, we all cruise together July the 23rd on the Vista. I love it. My goodness. Lito Tito, thank you for the shirt. I wore it onto the ship, and I wore it off the ship. It was washed. Okay, Platinum services include laundry. It was washed, but I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's say hello to everyone. We've got all kinds of people here. I will try to get to everybody. You guys know, as people get on here, it gets crazy, it gets busy. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. Keep on chatting. I will get you, I promise. You see enough of me on the camera all week. I always say this. You see enough of me. This is the hour to engage. Don't just watch. Say something. If you have a question, type the word question and write your question out, and I will try to be sure to answer that, especially if you're cruising coming up, if you're cruising with kids, families, if you have excursion ideas. There's a chance that someone else will answer that question before I do. That's okay. They probably know the answer as well, as we have a lot of cruise vets here. But we want to help each other out. So, hello, Charles. Hello, Lito Tito. Mike. Coach Cruz is on here as well. I'll talk to Coach a little bit today. Trina is here. Cruise Vet. Doreen is here as well. Oh, my goodness. Joseph is here from Alabama. Steve was here first. Michelle is here. Happy Sunday. Lizette Alvarado. Hello. And as we continue to scroll with Trina from Ohio, Amber is here from Wyoming. We need to get a map. We really do. Get a map. Mark these states off. And get this thing going. Let's see, Greensboro, North Carolina, K.R. Patel's. Tony is here from Los Angeles. Thank you, Tony, for that. I'll have something else on Ethan as well. I have some video of that, a touching story from Carnival. If you have not seen the show today, something I've never seen Carnival do. Touched my heart. We can talk about that here in just a little bit. Rich is here from Missouri. Rich, you're doing really good in the bracket challenge. Let's see what we've got as well. Charles from Louisiana. How about that? Charles Hitchigan. Jeffrey's here from Michigan. Jason as well is here. Jason Smith, Jason Cooper. Look at this. We have all kinds of people. Mike, it's your first show. Welcome to the show from Marion, Louisiana. Welcome. Hope you enjoy it and be engaged here. Jason from Nashville again. Barb is here from Utah. I'm a huge jazz fan, Barb. I am. I love the Utah Jazz. Rick, thank you so much. Thanks for running to Red Frog Pub to taste. Oh, my gosh, Rick. The beer was good. That 50th anniversary beer, I hope they have it for a long time. I asked how long they're going to have it on board, and I don't know yet. I hope they have it for a long time, but it was good. Oh, my gosh, the Belgian ale. Gail from Frigid, Colorado. You had snow. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, Gail. Although I like the snow, but I know you guys are probably tired of it. Cruise Vet, hope you and the family enjoyed the Vista? Did you get to watch any basketball while you were out there? Thank you so much, Cruise Vet, for that super chat. We appreciate that more than you know, and we enjoyed watching basketball. Over 2,000 of the 4,100 passengers were from Arkansas. It was the spring break for all the public schools in Arkansas, so everyone flocked to Galveston. And one upsetting thing on the ship was that they told us all week the game, the Arkansas-Gonzaga game, will be on Thursday in the sports bar in Red Frog Pub. We hoped it was on Lido. We pushed for it. Matter of fact, there was a petition, a real legit petition going around. Z Show, looky there. Z is here. I had a great week with Z. We'll talk about Z here in just a little bit as well. But they did not have the game at Red Frog Pub. They eventually got it on the second half with no audio. The sports bar was packed. The line was outside. It was insane. I've got some video I'll post to our Facebook page. Arkansas, sadly, though, lost to Duke yesterday, who's going to play North Carolina. How about that? To see who goes to the championship. So we enjoyed some basketball, some March Madness as well. Norma's here from Bauxite. Norma, thanks for being here. I saw your messages and responded today. I've been slow to respond, guys. I'm sorry. I will try to do better. And as as Cruise Vet was the first one to do a super chat, I want to remind everyone tonight that, well, Cruise Vet is the first person that is entered into our giveaway. You know how it works. For all of you who super chat us, whatever you can, whatever it is, it helps the show, it helps the community, helps us continue to improve what we do. You will be entered to win free Island Time merch. Trin has still got to pick out her item. She's been busy cruising. Lito Tito, he's got to pick out something as well. If not, I'm going to, and I have your address to mail it to you. So for all those who super chat tonight, you'll get free merch. You get to pick out what you want from the website, and I will send it to you. So I just want to let you know, and we will draw live on tomorrow's show, and we'll see who wins. So Cruise Vet, you were entered right there. Let's scroll up just a little bit before we get started. Thank you very much for all the comments on the shirt. Brad here from New Jersey. How about that? St. Peter's there in New Jersey had a good run. Emmanuel is here as well from Dallas, 33 days into the Vista. You're going to love that, and you're turning platinum. And there's some platinum perks coming back. Platinum and diamond. Amanda and I saw them. We'll talk about that here in just a second as well. First live, KR Pedals, thank you so much for being here. You're taking your family on your first cruise in April. If you have questions about taking your family on board, let me know. We just went through the whole thing. There are good parts about it. There are difficult parts about it. There's parts you question, but you keep going because you get to cruise with your family. That's what it's all about. It was awesome. It really was. Okay, we've got this thing going. Alvarado, looking forward to Vista on April the 16th. Easter cruise, spa, deck, balcony. How about that? I'm looking everywhere for a little drink. Whatever it is that you drink, alcoholic, non-alcoholic. Hope you enjoy something tonight as we all take this last breath and relax before the week starts. I know a lot of us work hard. Some of us more than 40 hours. Some of us more than one job. We're going to take a break here and relax in the islands together. PT is in Vermont. How about that? I'm looking here. Let's see. Joseph, Purdue, my screen just went crazy because of you. Thank you so much. You enjoyed the live feeds from the Vista. Awesome. That is awesome. I do have to apologize. The last couple of days I was quiet. I was. And it was not really planned, but it was encouraged. We had a busy first part of the week with all the news. We'll talk about it. But I wanted to Amanda wanted me to take a day or two and just relax. Unplug, because I'm so plugged in when I'm here. And so I was quiet for a couple of days there. And a lot of people noticed when I posted today, they said, I was worried about you. I'm okay. I'm good. We just unplugged a little bit. So thank you for that. Charles, thank you so much. Yes. Super chat for free merch. Charles, you are entered for free merch as well. I know you're going to say no, but Joseph is right there with you. Lito Tito is right there with you as well. Steve, you're entered in. Amanda will have the spreadsheet ready for me. Thank you, Amanda, for taking care of that. Diane, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that. It means a lot to us. It keeps us going, really. So, questions that you have, let me know. Thank you, Kendra, for that. I really do appreciate it. When I create shows or go live, it's usually if I go live, it's 45 minutes or an hour. If I record a show and upload it, it's painful because of the internet. So it's it takes some time. Let's see what we got here. If you have questions, type it. If not, I'm going to start going through this. So couple things. Number one, it was so great to meet so many Islanders on the cruise. I was astounded when someone would stop me and say, "Hey, Island Time," or "Hey, Derek, I really appreciate what you do for the community," or "I watch your show." It blows me away, honestly, when people say, "Hey, I want to take a picture with you," and I'm like, "Really?" I don't say that, but it blows me away. It does. It was great to meet so many great people. Thank you so much, Rich, for that super chat. You are very welcome to see the islands there as we cruise. We appreciate that super chat. There's Joy. Joy, we love you so much. You've got a beautiful heart and soul. We appreciate that super chat so much, and I hope that you and I and Charles and Mike, and I hope Amanda can come one day. We can cruise very, very soon together. We will be wearing Air Force veteran jackets, walk up and would say hello. Love to meet some of the Islanders. Norma, that sounds awesome. It does. Here's a question here. Boys will be 13 and 9. Oldest has high-functioning autism and anxiety. Any advice in general with kids? I'm so glad you asked this, KR Pedals. There was a child that we cruised that was 18 years old, and he cruised with his mom and had autism. And it was a big deal for them too. She told me he loves like 3 things in life. Cruising is one of them. He got to play in the casino this time, and he loved roulette. He would play like 30 of the 36 numbers, so he wouldn't win very much every time, but he loved playing in the interaction, and it taught him some social interaction. Carnival has a special assistance department. I would highly advise you to contact them. She told me that every Carnival employee is trained to recognize a passenger with autism and how to treat those people and sensory issues, things like that. So contact the Special Assistance Department. It's free for those services. And hopefully your child has a great, great time. I think he's going to be awesome. Keep me posted on that. I think he'll have a great time, though. It was great to see the passenger, the 18-year-old male that cruised with us this week. We had a blast. We really did. Trina, thank you so much for that. Amanda, take the kids to McDonald's for fries next time so you don't have to start a national scandal. Woo! That was crazy, wasn't it, Trina? We're going to talk about it here in a second. Boy, that was wild. You talk about crazy things that have happened to us since we've started Island Time. What happened early last week was pretty crazy, all the way up to John Hild and all kinds of comments. We're going to talk about that, Trina. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that so very much, and we're going to talk about that. Here we go, Kendra. Question, how was Savannah? Looks like she may be the cruise director in August when we go in the Vista at the end of the month. Savannah was awesome. We had never cruised with her before. The sail-away party, when I was live, it was late, and I was like, hey, what's going on here? It's kind of reflected on the cruise director, but it was not her fault. It was there were people who did not complete their muster drill, and she wasn't going to start it until we were sailing away, although we did sail away and it started later. But Savannah was awesome. She was sick the last 2 days, and I've tried to touch base with a couple of people I know that are on the Vista now to see if she's still sick. I don't know, have no clue if it's COVID related, but she was absent. And Robbie took over. He's on the entertainment team. We've cruised with Robbie several times. He will be a cruise director one day. He's awesome. He hosted the Build-A-Bear. The kids loved him. But he kind of took over, and all he said was she didn't feel very good. She was sick, and so but she was awesome. You will love her. She's everywhere. She's visible. She's out at every show. You're going to love her most definitely. Let's see, cruise control. It's going great. It really is. Joni, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that. And glad that you like the videos. We're going to keep them coming to you. We're going to be factual, even if sometimes we get slapped on the wrist. We're going to keep everything factual. Z-Show, you're right. What happened to Savannah? We're not sure yet. We're not going to speculate because we're going to keep things as factual as we can. But I'm trying to find out, and of course trying to keep in privacy as well. We just hope she's okay, whatever it is. If it's a migraine, if it's a cold, if it's whatever it is, we hope that she's okay. So Mike, May 22nd on the Glory, that's going to be awesome. And Mike asked everyone when their next cruise is. Let's see when it is. 6-4 on the Dream. Charles is right. My next cruise, a lot of people have asked, June the 4th on the Dream. That's the next cruise that we have booked. 8 days going east, going east. Carnival has had the Diamond and Platinum line for Breeze last November. I I don't know, Anthony. They may have, and I may have missed it. I've cruised 5 times since July. I've cruised, I think, 5 of the last 6 months. And there were some special things that happened last week that I have not seen. And all 5 cruises have been from Galveston. So unless I don't know, I may have been out of it every time, but it was a little bit different this time. And of course, it was different too because we had kids and we were testing. So we'll talk about that too as well. You're welcome very much for that info. Let's see, was on the trip with you last week. Do you have any info on someone throwing umbrellas off the upper deck? Carla, I read that. I asked about that a couple of crew members that I know will give me the down low. And yeah, someone threw, it looked like 4 or 5 umbrellas from deck 5 overboard. It looks like it was probably the last day there. So Friday night, they were throwing umbrellas into the ocean. Don't know why, but it seems like they know who it sounded like Carnival knew who it was, and there are going to be stiff punishments there. I'm on the upcoming Vista on April 16th, which is my birthday, going to Jamaica. Yeah, it changed from Falmouth to Ocho Rios. I saw that. Yep. I'm not sure why it changed there. It's interesting, but let's see. Yes, Diane, found us through Lolita Loca. So let's talk about this. And I have all kinds of things to talk about. I'm trying to answer questions, though. We're not platinum yet, but we'll be soon. Do you think that Carnival will bring back Faster to the Fun? Joseph, I do think they'll bring it back. I think it will be back within the next, let's see, this is end of March, April, May. It'll be back, I think, before June. I think 30 days, but I'm going to say 60 days to give me some grace. A little grace period here never hurt anybody, right? Faster to the Fun will be back very soon. They need the revenue, right? They need the revenue, and it's a service that a lot of people are looking for. So I think it'll be back. Let's see here. Let's say this. Will you be in the Mardi Gras April 30th? I won't be there April the 30th unless I can beg Amanda to let me go, Lance. Maybe I can just beg her and say, please, Amanda, let me go. Let me go. Sunshine Joni, April the 12th is going to be awesome. It will. So let's talk about the big controversy. And it's not really, to me, it's not a controversy at all, but it blew up. It really did. As Trina said, Trina pointed it out. She was exactly right with everything that happened. So let's talk about it. Okay, let me look at that first. Make sure we're good. We are. Okay, so by July 1st, Charles says, yep. How's a crew member doing who had an incident in the water at Mahogany Bay? Carla, yeah. The word there, Carla, was that the crew member drowned. Someone was swimming and literally felt the body of a crew member. Kendra, we'll talk about that here in a second, felt the crew member. They revived him. He's doing okay from everything we hear, Carla. But he literally drowned. They brought him back to life there in Mahogany Bay, probably 50 yards from us. Okay, here's a big controversy, right? I'm going to keep it short and sweet, or try to. It's Embarkation Day. Sailaway Party is late, and I'm live. Guys, you can go watch this. I am as live as can be. Savannah has announced, like she should, based on previous cruises, about every 30 minutes to go do your muster drill. 30 minutes later, go do your muster drill. 30 minutes later, please go do your muster drill. Well, she said about, 2:30 or 3, hey, there's over 400 people that haven't completed their muster drill. We're not leaving you do your muster drill. And she said, just kind of a FYI, and Carla, you probably heard this as well, something to the effect of, we've had increasing issues with people completing their muster drill. They just get on and start their cruise. If this continues, we're going back to the old muster drill, and said something to the effect of, it's on the table, It's already there. We're already there on the table because they've been delayed in leaving several times. So I'm live while this is going on. Everything is late. And Amanda, Beckett, and Jax are beside me. Amanda and Beckett go get fries. They go downstairs to get fries from Guy's Burger. And it's closed. So I show the line at Guy's. It's not moving. Food and beverage operations shut down for about 20 minutes. They come back. Beckett's crying because he can't get fries. He's 6 years old. He doesn't know what's going on. He's hungry. He's tired. We drove for 8 hours, so it's an early morning. We drove 6 hours, woke up, got there at 2 a.m., woke up early, and had to drive the rest of the way. And so he was upset. And so I continue to go live. We eventually have the Sailaway Party. But the next day, I post a video and share some of my, basically what happened again. And the video blew up. Tony from La Lita Loca picked it up. We love Tony. We always have. We've been fans before we even started Island Time. I met Tony. I had no clue that he knew that I had a cruise channel when I met him. We just started like 2 weeks old. And he picked it up and said, hey, this could happen. It's factual reporting. I wasn't trying to make anything up. And so many people got upset. They said, you need to teach your child that he can wait 20 minutes for food. That's not the story. Your child can wait like everybody else can wait. We waited back in the day when mustard drill was the old way. That's not the story. So many people reached out and said, you need to be a better parent. You need to discipline your child. That's not the story. Bless, thank you so much. You're entered in for the merch giveaway with that super chat. We appreciate it. And so Tony picked it up. John Hill the next day, I mean, he was asked so many times, hey, is this true? Is this happening? That he came out and confirmed, thank goodness, that they plan to keep the new way for mustard drill, okay, which we love and we prefer. But it's not working. Carnival's going to have to do something to get these people to do their mustard drill, okay? What can they do? So in my video, I mentioned 2 things, and let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll share them. I said, number 1, you go to mustard drill, you get a stamp on your hand, okay? That stamp, or you get a bracelet that says you've completed your muster. Food and beverage won't close down for you. Or there's other suggestions. I saw someone said you pick up your sign and sell keys, sign and sell cards at your muster station. Go to your muster station, watch them put on a life jacket, get your keys, go cruise. All great ideas. Let me know if you have any others. But it blew up. And John didn't mention us by name. He didn't mention Tony by name. Everything was fair, but everything was factual too. And so there were so many people, like I said, who threw some shade on me, who threw some shade on Amanda. He said your kids can wait. That's not the story that I was trying to convey. That was happening in real time beside me. The story was this new e-muster, which is great, is not effective right now because over 400 people did not complete it. So they shut down food and beverage. You couldn't buy a drink. You couldn't buy food for 20 minutes. Okay, and this is not the only time that it's happened on the Vista or across the fleet. It's happened multiple times. But what's Carnival going to do to make sure it stays? We want it to stay. Don't get me wrong. That is the story. And that's what I'm sticking to. Okay? Everything was factual, though. I know John's talked about TikTok this and all these bloggers. No. Everything was factual. It was. So, and let's look at, and Tony, Lolita Loca, had said, I've received other reports of people on the ship with Derek who said the same thing. So, so Carla was on the ship with us, and I saw she wrote something here. Here it is. At 3:33, Savannah announced they still had 350 people who hadn't done muster. She said she was given 5 minutes and would announce names. So, again, it was a pretty serious deal. It was. I know, Charles. Tell people to shut up and leave parenting to you and Amanda. It was bad there for a while. I'll tell you this. We all contribute to the community. We do. I'm not the one that I'm not the sole proprietor of this. All of us are. We all contribute to the community. And if we're not continuously going forward, I'm going to remove that comment. I remove several comments on YouTube. If it's something that's trying to drag someone down, not just me, but someone else, that's not why we're here. We're not here to drag people down. We have so many other things that do that in life. We're here to spend time together, here to spend time in the islands. We don't get to do that every day in the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, but we can do it every day together via the show. And so that's what we're doing. So, yeah, it was wild. It was a wild few days there. Thank you so much, KR Pedals. What's your show on how to get early check-in? We'll be trying it next Sunday morning at midnight. Yes. Make sure midnight, that's Eastern time. It will work. I can promise you that. It will. So, yeah, that was the story. The next morning, though, let me take a break here. Here we go. So the next morning, we wake up. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to try and guess what day. I guess that was Monday. So maybe Tuesday. We wake up, and John Hill had sent Ships on a Stick and 2 Carnival medals to Beckett and Jackson. Could have been random, could have not been random. I mean, this is after everything that happened. I thought it was very kind of him to do so, and they loved him. And Beckett's bringing that ship on a stick and metal. He's going to bring it to school tomorrow. He wants to show his teacher, who has shown interest in that he was going on a cruise, and his friends. So he is as happy as can be. He doesn't know that all this went through, everything that was going on. So Charles, thank you for that. That comment there. We do the best we can do. We love on each other. Spend time together. I appreciate that super chat. I appreciate those words exponentially more. Yeah, let's catch up here. Let's see what we got. That was the big controversy, and that's why especially those, I mentioned I was quiet at the end of the week. I was so plugged in the beginning of the week, I needed to back off for a couple of days and just relax. So, yeah, let's see what we got. And while I do that, let me ask you this, okay? Some questions that I thought of. Is this right here? Here's one of them. It's a sea day, okay? And you're not sunburned from the day before because there's all kinds of conditions, ifs and whens. It's a sea day. You feel good. How many hours do you spend outside, laying out or in the pool or in the hot tub? On average, if tomorrow was a sea day, how many hours would you spend outside? Okay? How many hours would you spend outside on average? I just want to know because there's some people who will wake up and go outside, and then I walk by at 5, 6, 7 p.m., and they're still outside. They're still there. They spend all day. I spend usually about a half a day, 4, 5, 6 hours. It just made me wonder how many hours people spend outside. Let us know in the chat below. And where's your favorite place to lay out at? That may depend on the ship, I know. But where's your favorite place to lay out at, and how many hours do you spend outside? As I catch up on comments, you can interact that way, and we'll get going. Tony G here. I bought your t-shirt to wear on embarkation day on my cruise. That is awesome, Tony. We appreciate that very much. You're going to love it. I can promise you that. And who knows, you may win another. You just super chatted, so you are in the giveaway that we'll draw for tomorrow. So let's see what we've got here as well as I catch up on chats. Let's see. Let's go back to, let's see, question to Amanda. Can you please let the diary go on the, yeah. Let's see what happens. Charles, another thing to think about is could they do the muster before you get on the ship? Makes boarding longer, but would ensure it's done. Charles, you're right about that. That's a very good point. Is there any way you could do it at the terminal? Is there any way you can do it email 24 hours before, 48 hours before? Maybe it's not mandatory that you complete it before you get on the ship, but maybe it's available, optional, okay? That's a good idea, Charles. It really is. I don't know the international law on that, if you actually have to be on the vessel to do muster or not. Something I can look at, but that's a good thought there. Jason says, I like to get a drink and go to muster. Perfect. That works. It does. Let's see. People can take your card from your door. You're right about that, and I've seen that. I've seen people steal other people's cards out of your door. How many times did Carnival say we are not canceling, and the next day they canceled our itineraries? Boy, that was bad, wasn't it? Stick with us. Hang with us. I remember that. They could come out tomorrow with what? Yep, you're exactly right. Doug, Derek, the new and undisputed champion of E-Muster. Hey, we took care of ours, and I just shared what was said. But there was controversy. Yep, Patrick, you have to say you have the truth on your side. You were live when we saw it. Patrick, I appreciate that very much. You guys know I'm not in it to sensationalize, although sometimes there's nothing wrong with sensationalizing if there's something behind it, right? But Jane S., appreciate that. Yes, please hit that like button if you have not already. That helps us out so much. Hand out the room cards at the muster station, Frankie says. That's a great idea. It is. Yeah, Ronnie, I try to be as upbeat as can be. I can promise you that. There's enough negativity in what's out there. And some of it we have to just put up with, right? I try to be positive and try to keep this thing going. What day was happy hour on the Vista, Jamie? They had it on embarkation day. The pitchers were $22. And then they had it on either Belize Day or Cozumel Day. Belize was the second port. So it's a Saturday. So Sunday, Monday. So either Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Belize. I think it was Wednesday. Yep, that was happy hour, and it was $22 as well. Amanda's got that Instagram going. If you want to follow that, we're about to ramp up on that. We sat down and created some goals for ourselves on how do we continue to move forward, how do we continue to grow, reach people, help people. That was one of the things that we thought about, and it's something that Jeremy, and I don't see Jeremy on here yet tonight, but we cruised with Jeremy and Jackie. Absolutely loved them. And he said, man, you got to get going on it. And I promised him I would do it. He's just trying to help the community as well. Let's see. Yes, Charles, you're going to show that thing off, I promise. I like the idea of receiving a stamp on your hand after doing the muster. Yes, something blessed that's easy. Stamp it, something that washes off the same day. But it shows everyone, hey, I've done my part. If you shut down something, don't shut it down for me. I've done what I'm supposed to be doing. So how was your experience cruising with the kids? Joni asked. Anthony, you're exactly right about nourishment issues, diabetes, blood sugar issues, people on diets, things like that. Yep, I know it's short-lived, but it was the reality of it. Joni, cruising with kids was awesome. I've been probably on 20 cruises. I loved every one of them. Every one of them are special, but this one was extra special, and I think it really was. It fulfilled a dream, honestly. I grew up with a single mom. Dad was not involved. My dad's still alive. He lives 20 miles away. Doesn't care to be involved in my life. He's never met my kiddos. Never. He was there for my wedding day. Surprised. He saw it in the newspaper. Showed up. I said, who are you? But it was one of those. I had several moments on that cruise where I thought, I've envisioned this. I've wanted to see this. I wanted to do this for my kids. When I was young, I wanted my dad to be there at baseball games and practices. I wanted to go on vacation. I never left the state of Arkansas until I was 18. And there were several moments I thought, this is why I do what I do. This is why I work. This is why I've pushed so hard for so long and try to do what's right. Continue to work, try to move forward. I had so many of those moments, Joni, and so it was awesome. It was so special. I took so many pictures. The boys absolutely loved it, and we took in every second of it together. It was so much fun. Lynn, thank you so much. Let's talk about Mom for a second. Then I'll go back and answer these questions. We had a scare. When we're getting ready to leave, Mom's in the hospital. She's admitted in the hospital. She's in general care. But she had blood in her stomach. They had pumped out over a liter of dried blood. They don't know where it came from. They're trying to do scopes, but they can't see anything because of the blood. They do CAT scans. We were close to canceling. It's like, do we cancel and stay here? But Mom, who is in her right mind still, and not in that much pain, they just knew something was going on. Her blood pressure was really elevated. She said, you got to go. She knew how much this meant to me. Bringing my kids, she said, you've got to go. My brother and sister both said, you've got to go. But Mom just got out of the hospital on Friday. She's back at the nursing home. They're still not sure what caused this episode. She's going to a special doctor, I think, next week. But she's doing better. She's not in pain right now. We just hope we get some answers and there's eyes on her now. That makes me feel good. The doctor's appointments, they're tough. You got to go to a bunch of them. They make me feel good, though, because people are looking after her care. Yep. Let's catch back up here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got all kinds of good comments. At least 6. Yeah, 6. Depends on Havana. 8 to 10. You're right, Kendra. I found that, too. Charles, I think Rachel would agree. If you have Havana, you're staying out there longer. The wrist bracelets after muster, great idea. The Z Show question, why were we late coming into Galveston on Saturday? Z, that's a great question. I heard 2 theories. The one that I think is what happened is there was only staff to run one pilot boat. The Dream was coming in with us, and even though the Dream left after us in Cozumel, they got there before us, and the pilot boat brought them in first. And then the second thing I heard about, and it could have been a little bit of both, was fog. The Dream could have came in. There could have been a short delay because of fog, and then the pilot boat came out, of course, to get us. And so it was a headache. It was, and I mentioned it in today's show. We didn't get off the boat till after 10:30, and we were one of the first ones. Z, what time did you get off? It was probably 11 or 11:15. I know you missed your flights and things like that. It's just something to consider for those who are looking at when to book your flights and stuff like that. Sherry said 2. Love Liddy. Yes, Tanya, I agree. People watching, I love it. I'd like to think maybe it's cruisers that aren't aware of the e-muster that, yeah, you're right. I hope, Lizette, I really hope that it's people that just don't know they're supposed to go there. And communication for sure by Carnival could be better. Before the cruise, a special email. Hey, here's instructions. Not just at the port or when you get on board. Yep. Patrick, 2 or 3 hours. Jason, I spend 90% of my time outside. I love it, Jason. I love it. Bless is 5 hours. Joy, 3 or 4. About 5 hours, our family escapade says. Cruise vet, I think the cruise lines need to spend as much time stressing muster stations ahead of the cruise. Exactly. Carla loves spending most of the day in Havana pulling hot tubs. You got it made there. If you're in Havana, you got it made. For those of you who have not experienced Havana, especially in the Vista class, Vista, Horizon, and Panorama, splurge one time. It's tax season. Maybe you'll get something back. Splurge on it. Rick, I know exactly what you mean. There's some days I'm inside as well. As many hours as possible, but depends on who we're cruising with. Yep, Mike, I know exactly what you're talking about. Serenity for at least 5 or 6 with several beers and twilight zones. Oh, that sounds good. Jason, 6 or 8 hours in Serenity. So a lot of people 6 or 8. So maybe half a day, a little bit more than half. Sherry says maybe 3 hours. Jennifer, I stay outside as long as my Cheers package is working. Jennifer, you're right about that. Mark, yes, guard requires muster drill on the vessel. Thank you very much, Mike, for confirming that. So you couldn't do it before. Got to be on the vessel, but that communication prior is huge. It is. Mark, get up for sunrise on a nice day. I'll stay out till 5. Wow, I love it. I do. Awesome. El Alvarado, Lizette, I'm glad you received everything and you're ready to go. I'm outside except during bingo, Dana says. I like it. Yes, let's see. 4 or 5, Mike says. We have Premier Casino Cruise on July 16th. Says we received priority embark and debark. Do we still need to get AO1? I would, Jason. I would, because it's not, you don't get priority embark and debark right. You might get debark, but embark, all they're doing is sweet guest right now. I would still strive to get AO1 if you can. And while we're talking about that, let's see. Let me talk about this. And I'll ask this question as well. I wonder this because I saw this so much. When you go to the beach, when you get off the ship, you go on your excursion. If it's just a simple beach break, maybe you're in Mahogany Bay, do you get into the water at the beach? If so, how deep do you go? Is it just the feet? You splash around a little bit, you get out. Is it your knees or your hips? Or do you go swim? There's so many people who go to the beach and they lay out, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I overheard a conversation of someone saying they were warm, they were hot. It's really hot out here. The sun is shining in Mahogany Bay. It's always just burning up there. And someone said, well, why don't you get in the water? And they said, I don't really get in the water at the beach. So it made me think, I wonder what's the norm there. And so let us know. Let me know in the comment section, do you get in the water? And what are the perfect conditions? Some people will say, maybe I get in the water if I can see my feet, things like that. Let us know what you say. I'll be really interested to see what everyone says here. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate that so much, your comment there about our kiddos. Lance, you're good. Carla, any truth? We left people behind in both Belize and Cozumel. I heard the same thing, Carla. Heard that we left like a dozen people in Belize and Cozumel. I heard it was a handful. I don't know, though, for sure. I don't, but it may have happened. Yep. Thank you so much for all those who are praying for Mama. Let's see. I was mustered D3 and got off at noon, Carla. Oh, my gosh, they were still letting people off at noon. So the cruise that left yesterday was late. I mean, big time late. I did not know it was that late. Golly. Yeah, Charles, no lobster in Belize. It's not lobster season. Amanda and I found out the hard way when we got to Gulf Key, and I was looking for my lobster tails. They said it's not lobster season, but we had shrimp instead, and the shrimp was really, really good. We absolutely loved it. Deck 11 cruising, first time here, and glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you've enjoyed this community and interaction. Feel free to chime in with anything that you have, questions or comments. Help us out. It was foggy. You're right, Joy. Yep. Rich, all Almost any man could be a father. Only special men like you or daddies. Your kids will be better for it. Thank you so much. Here we go. Here's a question. Is there a separate kids menu for the dining room? Yes, there is. Went on a cruise with my sister in January, and there was nothing on the normal menu that my boys would eat. There is a special kids menu. You do have to ask for it, and it's a menu that's interactive. You know, it's got the kids food menu, but it's also got puzzles and mazes and word searches. But they've got, you know, chicken nuggets and fries. They've got quesadillas. They've got hot dogs and hamburgers. You can order a pizza even off the kids menu. For dessert, I often order the banana split, an old-fashioned banana split. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry ice cream with a banana, cherry. There's a kids menu, so be sure you ask for that. They don't have it on the QR code thing on the table, so be sure you ask for that kids menu because your kiddos will like something on it. I really do think so. Let's see. Yes, Charles, I can do that for sure. So let's get, I was going to talk about this. Let's see. So testing at the port, a lot of people asked about testing at the port. You can still test at the port for $100 if you need to test at the port. That's anyone, just the general public. You're able to do that. But with kiddos who are unvaccinated, we had to test at the port. So we showed up at our normal time. We had 10 o'clock check-in time. We dropped off our bags, and we entered the terminal. We went through security, and it was, of course, there at security that they found out, hey, you have 2 kids that have to be tested. They sent us through. Also walking through security, making sure we didn't have anything we didn't need. And then it changed. We go upstairs. We go to the back part. What used to be the Platinum and Diamond Lounge there in Galveston is now the testing center. And we basically checked in there and waited. We checked in there. The boys got it's a walk through. I mean, literally, you keep walking, bam, they swab your nose, and then you go to a special waiting room where you wait for your results. The results took probably 15 or 20 minutes. Both kids were negative. At that point, you can leave that lounge and go to the general public lounge where you still have to check in and show your passports or birth certificates, take a picture if you need to, add a credit card on the file, or add gift cards. And so it was at that point, after our test, when I left that area, it said platinums and diamonds go this way. Everyone else go this way. I look over, and there's probably 200 or 300 people in line. I mean, it's wrapped around all the tape. And this lady's there. She said, "Are you platinum and diamond?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am." But I said, "I'm not used to seeing this since the cruise restart." And all these people are waiting to talk to the agents. We walked up a straight 30-foot little roped-off section, and when an agent became available and held up their paddle, you know what I'm talking about, it has a number 38 or whatever it is, the lady said, "There you go right there." And I'm looking at the line back here saying, "Oh my gosh, there's 200 people here." And so it's the first time in 5 cruises out of Galveston since the restart. We cruised in July, October, December, February, and then March. It's the first time that I'd seen a diamond platinum sign that was a priority kind of in such a way. So I posted that in today's video. I wanted to share it with you. I don't know if other terminals are doing it. If you see it, please let us know. If you can take a picture, please do so, because people won't believe you. But that's what's going on. That's what we saw, and we were able to skip the line. And some people don't like that. I know they don't. They say you shouldn't be able to do that. It's a perk that Carnival says that we have. I'm going to use it if they give it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to point that out as well. But the kiddos also had to be, so we get on the cruise, everything's great. There's no masks that have to be worn. Even the unvaccinated kids, I tried to clarify, do they need to wear a mask? My 2-year-old, of course, would not. Beckett would. And they were like, it's up to you, if you want them to, if you want to protect them. But there was there wasn't anyone telling my kids to put a mask on. Again, some people will like that, some people won't like that. I'm just telling it as it is and what happened. The kids had to be tested the last sea day. We received a letter in our room the night before. It said go to Liquid Lounge, the comedy club, at 10:30 a.m. on the last sea day, and you would be tested again. It would take less than 30 minutes, and that's exactly what it was. You grabbed a number, you were tested, you had to wait in the the comedy club, until you received your results, and then you go cruise again. So they had a PCR test 3 days before, no more than 3 days. They had the test at the port, and they had the test the last sea day. Carnival still charges the $150 per child to be tested. So we did have to pay $300 for our kids to be tested at the port and on the last sea day. I wanted to mention that because some people were surprised by that. They were. They got there and did not know they were going to be charged, but they were. Yep, a lot of people. I see your comments there about the water. My test at the port is $10, Jeffrey. That's really good. And I know some ports have opted into that testing, especially shorter cruises. What's your favorite port? Galveston excluded. This is for everyone else too. Love the food in New Orleans, so that's mine. But Miami is a close second. We cruise a lot out of New Orleans as well, Coach. It's easy to get there. If you want to stay there downtown, you can. You get to go down the Mississippi. That's kind of cool, you know, at when your cruise leaves and you're winding through, literally. I know many times at dinner I've sat there and you can see at the windows as the whole boat is turning 140 degrees, 180 degrees going down that Mississippi River, so that's always fun. But we also love Port Canaveral. A lot of people don't like Port Canaveral, though, because you fly into Orlando, then you have to, much like Galveston, you have to find transportation or rent a car to drive to Port Canaveral. But you can see NASA there. You can see SpaceX launches. You can go to Disney for a day or two. Cocoa Beach is one of our favorite places in the world. So we love Port Canaveral. We love New Orleans, Coach. Yep. Is there any information on scooters on board? Yes, Charles and Stacy. You can bring your own scooter if you would like. They also rent scooters. I know this because my mom and I cruised. I took my mom one time and rented a scooter through Carnival. It was about $250 then. That was 2019, I think. And you can get handicap accessible rooms if needed. And they have wider door openings. They have wider bathroom door openings. There's no step up into the bathroom. There's a walk-in shower. Yes, do not let disability issues hinder someone from cruising, because all the entryways to all the lounges, all the dining places, hallways, they're all made to accommodate wheelchairs and walkers and things like that. Go live life. Yep. Rich, I don't know when lobster season begins. We know it in July. I know I've been there in July and had lobster. I've been there Thanksgiving Day and had lobster. So I bet you this late spring or early summer, I think, is when it would start. Half Moon Key, Charles, I'm so ready for that. I am so ready for that. Let's see if there's any more questions here. Yes, Mark, that kids menu. Let's scroll down here. Yeah, I love the kids menu. Z, when I go in the water and think about the same from Josh and then get out of the scene from Josh and get out of the water. I know what you mean there. Let's see. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate that super chat so much. You're entered again into that giveaway. Yeah, and Z had a scooter. I forgot about that, Z. Yeah, you had a scooter and you did everything you needed to do there. Latifah Sauce, I saw you on Belize the same day the monarchy was there. Kind of cool to think. Oh, yeah. You're exactly right about that. Steve, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that so much. Amanda's got you down. I know. Yeah, Sherry, that $300, it hits the pocketbook a little bit. Of course, I think, well, I'll win it back in the casino, right? That did not happen this cruise. Ron, that's nice to know. Carnival's Long Beach Terminal has a separate line for Platinum and Diamond. That's good. I don't know how long that's been there. It was, of course, before COVID, but it seems like we're getting back there. And that's why I think Faster to Fun will come back. Question, if you're a Platinum but your spouse isn't, can they get in the Platinum line with you? Gail, if they're sailing in the same cabin as you are, then they're in. They're ready to go. Bring them along. It doesn't matter if they're a blue card. If they're in your cabin, they get priority luggage, and they're able to get in that line with you. When you check in your zone A01 or A02, they get to go right there with you. Okay, so everyone in your cabin. You could have even 4 people in your cabin, including you. Yep. Let's see. Joy, thank you so much. We appreciate that super chat so very much. We appreciate that support. Thank you, Trina, for answering that question as well. So I want to talk about excursions. Make sure capacity, by the way, 94%. Capacity on the Vista, 94%, and you could absolutely tell it. It was one of my negatives, honestly. Coach Cruz, thank you so much, Brad, for that. July 23rd, Islanders and Coach Cruz's group. We have a huge group going. It's going to be epic. It really is. Charles and Rachel, Micah, Michelle, Amanda has family that are going. If you're looking for a cruise this summer, July 23rd, 8-day on the horizon, going south. Let's go to Aruba, baby. It's going to be so much fun. It really is. Cruise Vet, it's a group cruise, but it's nothing official yet as far as perks and things like that. We're looking at something like that later down the road. We're getting this ball rolling, though. We really are. Let's see what we've got. I wanted to mention excursion. So Mahogany Bay, it was simple. We were able just to do the chairlifts and go to the beach that's right there, local. I found it interesting, though, the tickets for the chairlifts and the cabanas were not available pre-cruise. I was nervous because, remember, if you have unvaccinated kids, you have to have a Carnival excursion to get off the ship. Royal Caribbean changed it week before last to you can get off the ship and do whatever you want to do. But Carnival, you still have to have an excursion, and they were tough on it. For instance, in Mahogany Bay, they have a package that's called Relax on the Beach package. You may have got that before. It comes with a lounger, a clamshell, and 2 floaties. It's good for 2 people. And then I bought Beckett and Jackson a ticket. So we had 3 tickets. And they said, where's your 4th ticket? And we sat there and we waited, had to go back and forth. They had to call Shore's excursion desk. And so it eventually was worked out, but we spent all day right there on the beach in Mahogany Bay. It was absolutely beautiful. And Belize, we went to Goff's Key. It was awesome. We've been there before. We absolutely love it. I posted I posted a video. I had a video on the Facebook page. I have several pictures I will post to our Facebook page this week. It's a 1-acre island. It's $60, and I'll tell you my secret on Goff's Key. It's $60 on Carnival, but it's $40 on Shore Excursion Air. So if you use the price protection form, Carnival will give you the difference. Matter of fact, 110% of the difference. So book through Carnival for $60. Fill out the price protection form, price guarantee, and you found it on Shore Excursion Air. They will give you the difference, 110% of the difference. So you really go for $40 because that's what it is with Shore Excursion Air. And then Cozumel, we did something different, and it was really, really cool. There's a beach break in Cozumel that doesn't give you too much information on where you're going. It just says the time. You're going to be off the boat for 4 hours or 5 hours, or you can stay as much as you want to. They have shuttles that run every 30 minutes. But we wanted to go to the beach with the kids, so we booked it. It was $44.99. It went to Island Resorts, and it was remarkable. When you get there, they have food and drinks you can order a la carte, or you can buy an all-inclusive pass for $35 and have all the drinks and have a meal. And it's just one, so it's not like Mr. Sancho's or other places. It's just one something for lunch. We had fajitas, but beach was awesome. The facilities were awesome. They had jet skis you could rent if you wanted to. They had snorkel guide if you wanted to. You could snorkel on your own if you wanted to. They had all kinds of activities, and so it was Island Resort. It's just called Beach Break, I think, on the app, and it doesn't tell you you're going to Island Resort, but I'm telling you, it was awesome. We had a blast. Jason, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that more than you know. So those were our excursions. We went to the beach or an island every single day. The kiddos loved it. So did Amanda and I. I told Amanda today, I think it's the longest that we'd ever, or the most that we had been off the ship in port. There's sometimes we stay on the ship for one port just to relax and not have to have anything to do and be so busy. But we absolutely enjoyed it, and it was great. It was. Did you and Amanda make good use of the drink package? Charles asked. We did. It wasn't in our typical way that we would love to, but we had drinks during the day. The kids loved the water park, guys. Beckett went down the Twister water slide, I swear to you, 50 times. I don't know. I mean, just over and over and over. And so bar service was available. It's on deck 12, but I tipped well, and someone would come check on us and bring us drinks from Red Frog or Blue Iguana. And then, of course, at dinner we would have drinks. After dinner, we would stop and have a drink. Listen to this. I did it wrong, though. We only had one. One drink from Alchemy is all we had. The entire cruise. One. That's it. That's it. But we made good use of it. Joseph, hoping that you decide to cruise on the last sailing on the Ecstasy. That is still on the table. It really is, Joseph. I hope that we get to cruise on there. And John Hill even mentioned, that he may have something special as well as Carnival says goodbye to another one of the fantasy class ships. We have a visitor among us. Baby Beck. You're not a baby anymore, are you? The Arkansas game was awesome. You're right, Z. I loved it. Going to Goff's Key in May, Rich says. Oh, yeah, Charles, I know I'm telling the secrets. I am. I get in trouble for telling all the secrets. I do. Anthony, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. They had Diamond and Platinum Lines in New Orleans last week. Again, things are coming back. They're coming back. Making sure we have no more questions here. Let's see. Okay, Beckett, you've got people on here, and they love you, believe it or not. What was your impression of the cruise? What was, tomorrow when you go to school and your teacher says, Beckett, how was your cruise? What are you going to say?
Good.
That's it?
Yes.
Good. What was your favorite thing about it?
Doing putt-putt.
Doing putt-putt. We played a lot of putt-putt. And Vista's got a good course. It really was good. We played a lot of putt-putt, though. What else did you like about it?
I like the water slides and the twister.
And I just told them you rode the twister probably 50 times.
And it's a big water slide.
Oh, looky here. Looky here. Let me lower this a little bit so they can see you. So everyone's saying hello. There's Sherry, Joni, Steve. Rich, look at this. He said, hello, Beck. And he sent you a super chat. How about that? Let me ask this. Did you play in the arcade any?
Yes.
Did you play a little bit or a lot?
A lot.
Guys, the arcade hit the pocketbook. Although you did have some money. He had like $140. No lie. Had people on here over the weeks would super chat and say this is for the arcade. And so we had arcade fun. We had about $140 in the arcade fun. Some games, there were a couple for $1.25. Of course, he liked the ones that were $3. Or there was a virtual reality for $5 that he liked.
It wasn't really like you. Like, there's a roller coaster one.
You were scared. Sometimes he would take them off just to make sure, and he'd look around and then put them back on because it was, I guess, so real, or he felt things in his.
But I got used to that game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Like, one time I didn't even take it off a single time.
Charles asked, did we do Build-A-Bear?
Yes.
What bear did you get?
I got a regular bear.
Well, tell him. It's white. But what are his clothes?
The captain clothes.
The captain clothes. So he's got the captain senior officer shirt. He's got the captain's hat. Can you say thank you to Charles? Because Charles, no lie, he sent a super chat for you to go to Build-A-Bear. So thanks, Charles.
Thanks, Charles.
What did Jax get?
He got the cat in the hat.
The cat in the hat. That's what Jax got.
He didn't bring any clothes for the cat in the hat.
Jana, you're right. They love the arcade. And listen to this. Was our room close to the arcade?
Yes.
How close?
Like, it was like 2 rooms before.
How many steps would you say from the arcade?
I'd say like 5.
5 steps from the arcade. Our cabin, which was a balcony cabin, we were surprised with, was like 5 steps from the arcade. So we did that to ourselves. All these people are saying hello to you, though. They're all saying hello. Look at there. Oh, my gosh. Usnavi. Aunt Michelle says hello. Joy says hello. Rate guys' fries. So from 1 to 10, okay, and Becky, you don't even know this was a story, okay? But there was a story about you eating guys' fries. Do you remember that time when you went to go get fries and you couldn't get any?
Oh, yeah. When all the restaurants were closed.
Yeah.
I cried.
I know. Why'd you cry?
Well, I wanted food so bad.
I know. And it was close.
Guy's Burger was my favorite.
So, from 1 to 10, how good were the fries?
It was like 10 out of, like...
10 out of 10?
10 out of 7.
10 out of 7, so it was better than what the even max score was. How many ice cream cones did you have?
I had like 4 or 3.
Hey,
4 or
listen,
3.
hey, yeah. A day?
No.
Yes. Hey, Rich said he liked your Pokemon towel. That's funny, huh? Oh my gosh. Yes, Jen, it was perfect. It was. And I'm going to have some content this week that will just give some tips for families who are looking to cruise together. We had never brought our kids before. We learned a lot. We learned what ducks, well, we knew what ducks were. We never really bothered with it, with Amanda and I. Ducks are a big deal, right? Did you find ducks?
Yes, I found 3.
So excited. And the kids take them to the water park and play with them. So we'll talk about ducks this week on our content.
I found one like
10 out of 7, Charles. Not 7 out of 10. 10 out of 7.
and I found one like
Hey,
outside
listen.
and by the pool where all the
Yep.
chairs are. And like the chairs like up top,
Yes.
like that have the yellow cushions.
Yes.
Like that place.
Deck 11. Yep. Hey, Uncle Mike wants to know, are the fries better than McDonald's?
Of course.
He says, of course. Of course. Cruise Vet, you're right. A future Islander. One day, I'll have the baton and hand it on over to Beckett. He'll take things over. He had a blast. And guys, thank you so much for caring and loving on our kiddos. I don't show him much. He doesn't get on here very often. But I've learned while having this one and my youngest, when someone treats your kiddo nice, when they love on your kiddo, that's the best feeling in the world. When someone makes your kid feel special, and Carnival did that. They made my kiddos feel special. Made them feel like $1 million. Towel animals, taking care of them, service. It was awesome. Yep.
And they gave us medals and like
I was telling
just
them.
one medal, and they gave us like a trophy with the ship on it.
That's right, with the Vista
Yeah.
on it.
And it was like the exact same, but not like as big as it.
Yeah. And
It was way
And you're doing what
smaller.
with that medal?
What?
What are you doing with that medal and ship?
I carry it around.
And what are you doing tomorrow with it?
I'm bringing it to school.
See what I'm saying? He doesn't know why that was in our room, and he doesn't need to know why. Don't even care why. They made him feel special, and that makes me feel good. We're going to call it a show with that. I appreciate all of you joining. We're going to have lots of content this week. For all of you who have super chatted, we'll have a drawing tomorrow. We'll see who's going to win some free Island Time merch. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Get ready for tomorrow, and have an awesome, awesome week. We're going to see you, though, here all week, right here.
On Island Time.
Sweet boy. Bye, guys. There you go.
I wanted to say on